watching Patriots Today by Chat Sports. My name is Harrison Graham. Let's get into today's Patriots rumors. Coming up, we got a big conflicting draft rumor we're going to dive into. But first, could there be a reunion between Stephon Gilmore and the New England Patriots? Recent report says that Gilmore would be, quote, open to another go-around with the Patriots. And this certainly piqued my interest and caught my attention, so let's talk about it here. Obviously, Gilmore, former Patriot, has not been with the team over the last several years, but he's still a pretty darn good player in my opinion. I thought he played pretty well for Dallas this past year, was healthy, played in all 17 games, had a couple of interceptions for the Cowboys, hasn't been with New England since 2020. He's kind of bounced around one year per team over the last several years. Patriots, Panthers, Colts, and then last year with Dallas. But as you all remember, Stephon Gilmore, a former Defensive Player of the Year with New England, had an unbelievable season back in 2019 when he had 53 tackles, 6 interceptions, 20 pass breakups, a couple of touchdowns as well. He's long been one of the best corners in the NFL. Now, he's not that anymore. He's not really a CB1 anymore, but he's still a good CB2. And he, of course, had a great run in New England. I mean, he had a nice, 4-year stretch with the Patriots when during that stretch was probably the peak of his career when he was a true lockdown CB1, little Gilmore Island action over there in Foxborough. The only question I have is, do you need Stephon Gilmore? Like, you look at the cornerback room, if Jonathan Jones and Christian Gonzalez are healthy, where does Gilmore fit? I mean, is he someone you put in the slot, or do you put Jones or Gonzalez in there if you sign him? Is Miles Bryant going to return? That's obviously a question as well. You've got Marcus Jones on this team too, so it's kind of a conflicting situation if you ask me. And quite frankly, I'm a little surprised from Gilmore's standpoint, if the report is accurate, that he would like to return. And you look at some pros and cons of bringing Gilmore back. Obviously, some pros. He's still a starting caliber corner. Like I said, I think he's a really good CB2 still. He would offer experience and wisdom for a young cornerback room and just a young team overall. I think, obviously, a young team that New England is could use a voice like Gilmore in the locker room. And I do think Jerod Mayo would love to have him on this team. Now, some cons are he is going to be 34 in September. Corners typically don't age great, although up to this point he's done pretty well. Like I said, showing the depth chart, the Patriots don't really need him. Could they use him? Is he better than some of their options? Absolutely, but they don't need him. And if you're New England too, and to be fair, I don't know what Gilmore's price tag would be. I assume it would be a one-year deal, but 2024 isn't some all-in year. Like, this is a building process if you are Elliott Wolf and Jerod Mayo. So do you want to bring in a 34-year-old corner, even if it's a slight upgrade for one of your starting corners, to stunt growth of a young player? I'm not saying I'm against it. I just think that that's something to consider. And quite frankly, if I'm Stephon Gilmore, I'm trying to go start for a contender. I'm trying to go be a CB2 for a team that has major playoff aspirations. Obviously, we'd all love the Patriots to be in the playoffs next year, but that's going to be a tall task with Miami and Buffalo in the division, the Jets getting Aaron Rodgers back, and just the unknown of New England with the new coach, probably a rookie quarterback, etc. So I don't think it ends up happening. Again, I'm not closing the door on it, but if you had to ask me, put me up against a lie detector, I would say that I would expect him to sign elsewhere. Now, what would you do? Would you like to bring back Stephon Gilmore? If you would, type S for sign. If not, type P for pass. This is going to be the pinned comment on today's video, so if you get hit with that YouTube ad break right now, reply to the pinned comment with an S for sign or P for pass on Stephon Gilmore. Let's talk draft now here on Patriots Today. Does New England not love Drake Maye? There seems to be some conflicting reports because yesterday there was a report out there that the Patriots really enjoyed their visit with Drake Maye at the Combine and were kind of growing their likeness for him. Mel Kiper said on First Draft, the ESPN Draft podcast that he and Field Yates do, that Patriots don't necessarily love Drake Maye. Here's the direct quote. We're hearing all this chatter how the Patriots don't love Drake Maye, about how he missed receivers and wasn't accurate in a handful of games. They need a quarterback desperately, but so does Minnesota. There's, of course, been that chatter as well about the Vikings potentially trading up to 3. There's even been some rumors and reports that New England has already received an offer from Minnesota for the number 3 overall pick. So will the Patriots trade down from number 3? We'll kind of dive into that a little bit more and talk Drake Maye after a word from our sponsor. That is Prize Picks. Today's show is made possible by Prize Picks, and they got specials for new and returning customers alike for March Madness, baby, when you head over to prizepicks.com/CLNS. That code CLNS gets you a $100 deposit match. Football season may be over, but the action on the hardwood is heating up. Whether it's March Madness or the fight for NBA playoff seeding, there's no shortage of high-stakes basketball moments this time of year. Get in on the excitement with Prize Picks, America's #1 fantasy sports app, where you can turn your hoops knowledge into serious cash. Look at this 2-player entry I've got, Little March Madness. They have a special for Caitlin Clark, half a point. She averages like 32. You take the more there. And then I got a little demon entry for a first 4 matchup tonight between Virginia and Colorado State. Patrick Cartier, 9.5 points. You take the more there. He averages almost 11 points per game. I get it. Virginia is stout defensively, but get Cartier to get into double figures here. You get over 4 times your money on this 2-player entry. You're already halfway home with Caitlin Clark. She's going to get into the scoring books. I like Cartier to hit 10 to win over $40 right there. PrizePicks.com/CLNS. Use the code CLNS to get that deposit match up to $100. Again, the free pick for Caitlin Clark's matchup on Saturday. It is absolutely fantastic. Get started today. Prize Picks is simple, more or less on 2 to 6 player entries, stat projections, more or less on those. It's that easy. Deposit match up to $100 at prizepicks.com/CLNS. Use the code CLNS right now. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy. Link is in the comments and in the description. Okay, Drake Maye. Rolly and I have been pretty consistent, and by the way, he's out today, so just me on the show. We like Drake Maye. I think if he's there at number 3, it's a no-brainer. Rolly likes Drake Maye as his QB1 or at least 1A in this draft. I do think Caleb Williams is a notch ahead of him, but I do think Drake Maye is QB2. I like him better than Jaden Daniels. I like him better than J.J. McCarthy. I think if he's there at number 3, that is a selection that you absolutely make. That I feel comfortable in saying that. So I would not trade down if he is there, and I would not trade down before the draft starts because you don't know what Washington is going to do at number 2. If they take Maye and you don't love Daniels, sure, maybe you trade on draft night, but I would not do it before then. Now, Field Yates, who does the podcast with Mel Kiper, said this about the Patriots situation. Whoever their quarterback is, let's be honest, the weapons around him are at this point very mediocre. The Patriots need to do everything in their power to get a receiver weapon. And look, there's absolutely truth to that. This receiver room isn't great. The tight ends are fine. You got Ramondre Stevenson, but the O-line still has question marks. It's not like if you draft a quarterback, it's expected to have incredible success right away. Like, there will be growing pains like there always are with rookie quarterbacks, especially with this kind of assortment of weapons. So I could see the appeal of maybe you trade down and you draft a Malik Nabers or a Rome Odunze. There's been some talk that New England really does like Malik Nabers. So that's kind of where I'm at. If you're not taking a quarterback at 3, trade down. Don't just panic and take a receiver at 3. Again, I love Marvin Harrison Jr., and it wouldn't be a bad pick at number 3, but if you're going to pass on a quarterback, then maximize your value. Trade down, get a haul, kind of commit to this being a 2-year rebuild because you're not going to fill all your holes in one off season. And go from there. But to me, again, if Drake Maye is there, I'm taking him. If you want to trade down because it's Jaden Daniels, you could talk me into that because I'm conflicted on Jaden Daniels as a high-level pro prospect. What will the Patriots do in your eyes with the number 3 pick? Type D for draft or T for trade the pick. Go ahead and let us know what you guys think. Subscribe to the channel if you want more Patriots draft videos, including Mel Kiper mock draft reaction. He put out his latest mock just a little bit ago. We're going to react to that probably tomorrow here on the show, so don't miss out. Go ahead and subscribe. We'll have you covered on that and everything else surrounding your New England Patriots. All right. Is the plan at left tackle finalized? Chuka Okorafor is a potential starter at left tackle, according to Doug Kyed, who had this report. Of course, it was announced yesterday that Michael Wenu would start at right tackle. Leaving left tackle is really the only kind of question mark on this offensive line. Now, by the way, Ian Rappaport with the report that Trent Brown is signing with the Bengals. So that kind of just long shot idea of bringing him back that we discussed yesterday is now officially dead. So I think you look at what you have right now. I do think if you played a game tomorrow, a core four would play at left tackle. Now, you have Connor McDermott as an option. Obviously, there's still a few options in free agency if you want to go get a Mekhi Becton or someone like that. You got the draft coming up, too, with a lot of offensive tackle options. I would prefer to upgrade over a core four, but he has started in this league for a few years. I think in a perfect world, he is your swing tackle. Maybe you find someone on day 2 in the draft, second, third round. You get a Patrick Paul, or if someone else slips out of round 1. I doubt Tyler Guyton or Amarius Mims does, but you never know. I would like to get somebody who has more potential than a core four does at this point, but at least he gives you some security if you have to put him on the left side of your offensive line. And look, maybe the Patriots recognize that need there, and if they're not sold at quarterback, maybe they do trade down to give themselves a better opportunity to, add a receiver, add an offensive tackle, then maybe you get a quarterback later in the draft. Although again, I would just take Drake Maye if he's there. All right, fill in the blank for us. The Patriots starting left tackle will be blank next year. I don't think he's on the roster yet. That's my answer. I think it's going to be someone in free agency or in the draft. So fill in the blank for us and let us know who you think that player is. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today's episode of Patriots Today by Chat Sports. I am Harrison Graham. Be sure to subscribe, turn on the notifications. We'll be back very soon. Go Pats.